Hello everybody, welcome back to the Nerd Cave. This is Rick again, and one thing I love doing with my 3D printer is printing knives. I've selected another one, hobby knife utility knife combo. This is Andy from Space that provided this design. Thanks Andy from Space. I'm going to print this and see how it turns out. So first, let's print the hobby knife piece on the Ender 2. The hobby knife piece turned out really well. I got a little bit of an issue right along the middle there. It's not too bad. And here is the retainer piece. What I'm going to have to do is put a screw in right there. So if you haven't seen any of my earlier videos, I bought this variety kit off of Amazon. Comes in real handy for little projects like this. So we will find one that fits and put a blade in this and see how it goes. Okay, I think first let's get the raft off of this thing. I find the raft necessary to print with my Ender 2. It really makes the prints turn out much better. Except for when the raft sticks to the bottom. There we go. So there you can see the back. I really need to switch to a glass bed, but for now we have what we have. So now let me reach up into my secret stash and let's put a blade in there and the retainer clip. It fits pretty tight. May have to notch that out a tiny bit, but it looks pretty good. I'm going to pause you and get a screw in there and we'll see how it looks afterwards. Now before we get the screw in, I'm just going to take my knife and get rid of the extra pieces that showed up in the screw hole. Just clean things up a little bit. Oh yeah, that did it. Now it fits much better. Oops. Now it fits much better. So you can see what it's going to look like when it's done. Okay, I got my screw in, and I had to clean out a little more with the knife because the screw's a tiny bit too thick, so now we're going to see if we can get the blade in with this screw. Which may be a challenge. There we go, got it. Now let's put the top piece on and hopefully it will be long enough. Let's go ahead and clean this one out a little more. It's funny how you need a knife to make a knife, huh? Next show 11. Okay. Now, that is just not quite long enough. So what I think I'm going to have to do is take that washer out. Sorry. What I have to do is, you can see it's not quite long enough to catch the nut, so I'm going to take that washer off. so we can get the nut on. There you go, perfectly functional 3D printed craft knife. And I used the M3x12 screw because I couldn't get the washer off the M3x8, and it was just a tiny bit too short. I don't know, maybe I'll try it again with the 8 when I'm not on camera, see if it works out better. I bet I could get it to work, but there you go, 3D printed craft knife. My daughter's an artist. She's in art school right now, so we'll give that to her, have her test it out, see if she likes it. Now let's check out the utility knife. Let's see how that thing prints. Now, one of the problems I was having with printing this utility knife is on my Ender 2, my print bed is 150 by 150 by 200, and this thing was just a tiny bit too big to fit on my printable area in my build plate. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I can just scale it down a couple percentage points from, you know, like 100 to 97. I did that, it fit, but then I'm like, well, wait a minute, I've got a fitted blade. I can't do that, my blade's not going to fit. So I need to find another way to do this. I could print it in 2 pieces, but that, honestly, no, I'm not going to mess with that. So what I did is I went to my settings. Let me see if I can pull this up while you're watching. And I went to my printer. I did machine settings. And you'll notice I set my printer bed settings to 155 to 155 by 200 because it was just barely too short. It appears to be working so far. I'm not hearing any hard stops. It is going slightly outside on the raft, but the knife itself is in. Looks like it's right there in all the areas where it needs to be. So really it was my raft that was off the print area, but it did print. So let's take a look how this thing prints, and then we'll come back and put it together. Okay, I think I found a better angle this time for the utility knife. This is the knife piece, again the retainer. Same type of thing as the craft knife. So let's get the, sorry for the noise. The neighbor's out running the leaf blower, I think. Let's get the raft off, and we'll go through the same process. Go ahead and scrape a little bit. I got a little notch right there. It's like I said earlier, lots of tweaking with 3D printing. Hope this is a better angle. I'm definitely going to do a video about overhead shots. I'm going to work on that. At least try to get a little better production going. All right. Let's see if we can do the same thing here. Looks like the fit's pretty good. Let's see if we can get this on my screwdriver. Sorry for the reach. So there we go. 3D printed utility knife. I think it's good. Again, glass bed. I don't know if you can tell how rough that finishes. I gotta go for the glass bed. I bought a glass cutter. Looks like another opportunity for another video. Here's a little close-up. You can see what I mean by getting a glass bed. See if I can get that smoothed out, because that's the part that lays on top of the raft, where this is the top side when it comes off the bed. So this is in much better shape right here. Okay, bonus footage. I can't stand the way that sticks out, so I have to try to fix it. See what I mean? It's just not fitting. I'm going to scrape some more of the inside of that hole out where the nut is. Let's see if I can get that to fit. I mean, it just needs like another millimeter. It's really close. Grab some sandpaper, be right back. A little sanding sponge. This is the joys of 3D printing right here. There we go. How's that look? Much better. Got it to catch. Stays in there good. Bonus footage. Hobby knife. And if you made it this far, thanks for watching, and give me a like for the hard work. You guys are the best. See you next time.